Sorry for the interruption. I was just referencing the first paragraph or so had about 3 references to check. So I wanted to do that, starting with the faithful in Christ Jesus. And that's the first reference. It says, some early manuscripts do not have in Ephesus. Okay, so not a big difference, but I can see how in that case it could be more perceived to be, everyone, not just that group, but the faithful in Christ Jesus. So, because this one said this translation says to God's holy people in Ephesus, the faithful in Christ Jesus. And I think without it saying Ephesus, it would just say to God's holy people, the faithful in Christ Jesus. So more encompassing, and encompassing maybe all ages, and I think we read these books and these letters with that kind of a frame of reference anyway, just that, it put in the Bible, and it wasn't, in the book of Revelation, which we've studied already. I believe we got to that part because I finished the book where it says, not for no one to add to or take away, and what would happen if that were to happen, if they were to do that. So, I'm thinking that it means that it's here for, what am I trying to say? For everyone, for all time. Okay, so then the second B reference was in love he, and that's what is referenced there. It says he predestined. So it's dealing with the he. And it says, or sight in love he. Interesting. So in verses 4 and 5, instead of saying, I'm going to go from the beginning of the sentence, which is kind of lengthy before it ends in sight in love. What it says is, for he chose us in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight, period. And then in love, he. But what it says down here is sight in love, period, capital He. Oh, okay. It's just the capitalized he. Nothing too big. But I tend to use that too, capitalized he for God. And then down to C, which is also encompassed in what we just read, I believe. The Greek word. Where it says adoption. Okay. So it says, the forgiveness of sins in accordance with the riches of God's grace that he lavished on us. Oh, no.